Morning, everyone, from the Rancho Kitchen. It is Saturday, November 4th, 2017, here on the Rancho with Missy Jen. And good morning, Missy Jen.
Good morning, Missy Jen.
While Missy Jen is sleeping away, there's activity galore in the Casa Kitchen last night, and we thought we would share, as has become our habit now, if we do a baking the night before, or we're doing something, we will share that with you guys. And we have made, good morning, Nicole.
Good morning,
say
Nicole.
good evening. We
Good evening.
knocked off a Cooper Plantation, not a pecan pie, but a butter pecan pie. And there is a difference. The formal name is really a Plantation butter and sugared pecan pie. So if you look at it, then we'll sit down and talk about a few hacks here. You can see how wonderfully that turned out. You'll see that that looks different. Hi, Keith. Good morning. That is a little different than traditional pecan pies in that the pecans have had a few steps, a few things done to them to sort of enhance and deepen the flavor there. Yeah, it turned out really good, Nicole. The crust, the fluting around the edge. I'm very happy about the, it was basically over in 2 hours. So it was a really not too extraordinarily difficult pie to make, but I thank you for that. I hope you're having a good one. We enjoy, I always love it when you're on the road, Nicole. I loved it when she had that opening and that camera's like side. And I'm like looking like this, looking at that darn thing. I woke up just as you, yeah. Oh, yeah, it's all right. You're allowed to sleep. I think life is a lot better for you and a more normalized schedule and stuff. Missy Jen's like, Rose, you do what the hell you want to do. I'm going to bed. You have fun.
Right. Sleep is more important.
Yeah, you're not going to see her up at midnight doing all this stuff. But what the heck? Got a video coming out. With, oh, good. Okay. Awesome. Yeah, I love your. I love it when people on the road, or I enjoy your road videos there. So we'll wait for things to populate a little bit. But making this pie, some of the things that you want to be aware of. Keith said you look nice today.
Thank you, Keith.
Pipe the Admiral Keith Gregory aboard. There we go. Yes, you probably did better than I could do whistling. We're always happy to see you here. Keith, some things to be aware of when you make a pie. You can make a pecan pie. You can just make your you can make your shell. You can pour all the stuff in with your pecans in, or you could treat them a little different. So what I did last night, and what makes this a buttered pecan pie, is that I took a pan here and I took the pecans out of the bag and I melted about 2 tablespoons of butter in the bottom of the pan, to which I added the nuts, and making sure to stir the whole time because they burn very easily. I let that moisture content of the butter start to go down, and then I added a tablespoon of sugar to that and let that sugar caramelize on there. And what that did was coat all of those pecans with a beautiful toasted butter flavor. Hence, we call it a butter pecan pie. So it does make a difference. When I bake in things, I'm one of those people, Missy Jen, that if I'm using nuts and things, I don't like to use them out of the bag because I find that they don't have the intensity of the flavor. The real flavor comes in when you take those nuts and you put them on a baking sheet, something to roast them.
Right.
It's like peanuts. You would never eat a raw peanut, right? I mean, there's just no flavor to it. So a peanut really has to be roasted and processed. Well, pecans are the same thing, and unfortunately, when they give you those pecans, they're not roasted pecans, so they're lacking the intensity of that flavor that's really going to shine through, and you can really taste the pecan. Because trust me, hi Kevin, nice to see you.
Hi, Kevin.
Yeah, that's it. I do too. Nicole says I like salt and pepper. Yeah, they're awesome. I had to laugh. Nicole, you know I love you, honey. When I think of Jen and I were here, wasn't our little Nicole vegan? And then we're looking at blood sausage and
Yeah, blood sausage, pie, blood.
What the hell
Blood pie,
happened
all that.
to you? Over there laughing her ass off over now. But honey, you really rode the range, as we say around here, on that. That's pretty cool. Anyway, I'm good. I mean, it's better for. I think it's better for health and stuff to have a little bit of meat in the diet.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
balances yourself and.
Blood sausage and all that stuff is always good. Blood pudding is always good.
Don't make me ill this morning.
It's good for you.
I got a sense of really did see the mixed grill on Instagram. Yeah, I know that looked great. What you got there? That looked great. Yeah, your mom looked good too. Always tell Mom I said hi. I love her. She knows that. So anyway, I love blood sausage and it's super good. Yeah, it's good, Nicole. You know, and it's you're getting the results.
We used to make that ourselves out on the farm when we slaughtered the cows and everything. We made that fresh. Hey, Christian from Austria. Linz, Austria. Wunderschönen guten Morgen.
Guten Morgen, Christian.
We
Guten
have
Morgen.
here eine Pecan Pie. Let's see. I wish I remembered what those are in German.
Kevin, I don't know when the next Shine video is going to be. Is there a topic that you would like to? Is there a topic you would like me to cover? Because, you know, I have such.
Mom.
Yeah, I have such an extensive collection of moonshine videos. I'm just curious if there's a topic that you want me to specifically cover off. I've covered fermenting. I've covered, you know, selection of grains. I've covered the whole process of aeration and pH and, you know, distillation, and, you know, we have barreling and all that. I guess I could take you into the where our barrel aging room is, and we could draw off a little of that and talk about that. We have some stuff that's been under barrel for 4 years.
Yeah, the coloration.
Yeah, the coloration. Can you imagine under barrel for 4 years? But let's get back to the. So you let me know if there's something that you want specifically want me to cover off there, because I just think there's the most definitive one is a movie. It's called From Grains to Glass, and it's the whole process from beginning to end, and it's a very popular video now on the moonshine circuit, and it's just the whole shebang, set to music and everything else. So the other thing I want to mention to this pie, when you do a pecan pie, you have to make sure the pecan pie sets. This is not a pie recipe where you're doing blind, what they call blind baking, which means you pre-bake the shell and then you pull it out of the oven, and then you add, you know, like if you're making a lemon meringue pie, you don't put all the lemon custard into the oven and stuff. You pre-bake the shell. Good morning, Josh.
Good morning,
you pre-bake the shell. Hey, Fiction Fighter.
Fiction Fighter.
And you then take it out of the oven when it's golden brown. Then you make up your lemon meringue mix. You put it on top. Actually, you slam it into the pie shell real quick, and then while it's still piping hot, hopefully your meringue is ready to go. You slam that meringue on the top of it, and back in the oven it goes for a minute or two to get that. But this pecan pie is different. You have to, yeah, we're glad to see you. Yeah, we're glad to see you. I'll be on live tonight starting at 5 p.m., 8 p.m. on the East Coast, our daylight savings, farewell to daylight savings time extravaganza. But with this pie, you're going to actually take a raw crust, then pour your pecan filling into it with the pecans, and then you're going to bake that for basically an hour. And it does not use any cornstarch as a thickener or something to set a pie. It's only using 3 beaten eggs that are added to it that act like, once the eggs sort of cook out, they act like a binder that holds everything together real well. But you still have to be very careful when you watch it in the oven. Don't ever go by set times that people recipes call for. You have to actually take the pie after 15 minutes. Try shaking it a bit and make sure it doesn't move like a wave, but just has a little bit of jiggle in it. That's a very important thing. So if you have a wave from side to side and you take it out and you finish it at that point, it's going to cut and become goo when it cools, and it's not going to hold its form. So yeah, we're glad to see you back, Fiction Fighter. Yeah, I had a live event last night baking the pie, and then this morning we're going to cut it up and serve it up and give it a shot here, which we like to do on Saturday morning. The big event this week coming up, Jen, I'm going deep sea fishing on Friday with the boss and Jen. Yeah. That'll be a hoot and a holler. see how we're going to go fishing and crabbing out there. That'll be fun. Yeah, I know you've been busy, Fiction Fighter. I know you are. You have a life, as we say, here apart from YouTube. So.
I don't think she'll have time to do much video.
Yeah, I'll be doing video, Nicole, with the boss slapping me around on the deck and all that.
That'll be hands on deck.
Yeah, I never made a sweet potato pie.
I'll be all hands on deck.
I think the next thing I want to do...
Pulling up cages out of the water.
Missy Jen has a hankering for coconut in a really bad way, so something coconut. Yeah, and Chris, like, you didn't invite me deep sea fishing. Bring your $200. Here we go. It's a retirement present to myself, right?
Yeah, it's really getting cold.
Well, I don't know about stevia. For baking, I don't know. I don't. Generations and thousands of years got along pretty good with sugar, so I'm not particularly worried. It's only when the things like Doritos became popular and diet sodas and junk food.
Rosie will get a beacon like they have in the Navy. A beacon where they can, with GPS and a flasher, strobe light flasher.
I thought Nicole was going to say, "Don't worry, Rosie won't sink with those titties." Cancer feeds on sugar. Well, cancer feeds on a lot of things too. So, but your point's taken. Well, that too, Rosie. There's Nicole.
So we'll skip the floating device. We'll just attach a light beacon and the GPS.
Now, one of my goals for making future pecan pie. Hi, North. How are you? Good morning. One of my goals for pecan pies in the future will be to lighten it up and reduce the sugar content, because, as you know, pecan pies are very rich. They're very heavy in sugars. So finding a way to reduce that by whipping ingredients and stuff like that is one of my goals. I've done that with I've done that with pumpkin pies, to lighten up pumpkin pies and get them so they're not so dense. To get them sort of in a whipped form where they're a lot lighter. Yeah, that's it. Fiction Fighter says, good plan, Rosie. Yeah, that's exactly it. I try to do those things. I mean, obviously, Jen and I, we do watch our weight. I mean, you know, Jen's lost quite a bit of weight, and I never really, you know, I've always been sort of chubby, right? But Jen says sturdily built, and you know, but we don't ever go overboard. Yeah, I have built-in flotation device, Kevin. That's right.
As you get older, you gotta start watching what you eat anymore.
Yeah, I mean, you can't slump around in a teeny weeny bikini if you're all blobbing out. Let's see. Good morning, Rosie. Yeah, we haven't even. Timothy, good morning. I have it ready to go here in a couple minutes. We're going to slice that up. I've discussed a few of the hacks for it, but it turned out beautifully. I think it looks professional grade product. You could take this anywhere to a hotel or a fine wedding or something like that and serve that up, and it would be very good. So I know Missy Jen's going to have some good eating this week. Yeah, I got to be careful not to not to go on my back. It may cause a disaster like the Titanic. Exactly. Thank you, Fiction Fighter. Yeah, I guess I'm an angle. I remember we got checks from. I work at a medical facility, and we would get reimbursement checks from Blue Cross, Anthem Blue Cross, and Blue Shield, and it would say on the edge of the check, make sure you can see the watermark from this angle. But somebody had misspelled it to angel on their check, and we just, every time we got the check, we would put a big circle around it so they would get the cancel check back and see there was angels on their checks there. Yeah, I'm gonna film the whole fishing trip. I'm going to switch selfie sticks with Missy Jen because hers still has the well, I still might have one in box here, but I want to have one with a little lanyard on the handle. I'm going to be filming in the waterproof case too, so I'm just going to be filming with the GoPro. I'm not going to be filming with the Olympus.
Because you'll be pulling cages and stuff. Right?
Yeah, pulling on cages. So I will definitely be doing that. And the problem is when you hand somebody else the camera, if you got a fish on or something like that, then you have a real amateur holding the camera, and then it's all shaky and crap, and you get rolling shutter where they're panning real fast, and it's a mess. No, that's fine, Timothy. It just reminded me. That's all. Oh boy. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to that. So they'll be coming Thursday night. I'm going to make a beef stew. I've done my beef stew on video so many times. But we'll collect video from the whole time. They're going to come on Thursday evening, and then we'd have to be at the dock at 5:30, 5:15 a.m. to head out. And then it's going to be an all-day thing. We'll probably be back at 3 in the afternoon, 3 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And then we'll probably come here. We got a big 5-gallon pot, and if we get crabs, we'll do them here. When are you going to open the Rancho restaurant? Well, Kevin, I actually might be doing construction work coming up. We have 5,000 homes that were destroyed within a 3-mile radius of here. So there's going to be more construction work than you can shake a stick at around here. And not enough knowledgeable people that can swing.
Not too many people that are going to restaurants at the moment. Losing their home.
Yeah, we've yeah. Yeah, that's it.
We've been noticing.
Yeah, I'll tell you, I mean
going to the restaurants, there's just not much going on.
And I will say, Nicole, you are amazingly talented for not really having any professional training. I know chef schools cost money. I've seen you make comments before, but you certainly have the talent and aptitude to be a professional chef, because you have something that a lot of professional chefs don't have, and that is an eye towards presentation and the way things are going to look on the plate, because people eat with their eyes, and You can't just have something that tastes good. Jen, you're all bugaboo about how stuff is plated up and how it's presented.
Yeah, the presentation.
You know, they give you a big hamburger
important.
and it's all sloppy and falling apart on your plate, and they give it to you like they're giving the prize pig at the country fair.
Right.
And you go to eat it, and we've been to a restaurant. One of the reviews where it just exploded on my plate.
Yeah. The assembly of a hamburger is always important.
Yeah, Timothy, our 100th review was actually when we went back to Betty's Fish and Chips. The first time I rated it alone, because Jen wasn't rating that time in November of 2015. I rated it at 9 stars, and last time we gave it a 9.5 stars. Last week, it was still as good as ever. You know, the fish was even more flavorful. Nicole says, I love to cook, need more skills as my cookbook, but made food because I like to make people happy. Well, food will definitely make people happy. That does it. But I'm just saying, if you ever wanted to, I know you have to start out cutting vegetables and that kind of crap, but you can be one to continue the restoration of English food, because 20 years ago,
Hi,
it was a disaster 30 years ago. Hey, Lady T says, nice to see a Teresa presentation. As everything, I went to a vocational school and we learned that the culinary part, 11 years in hotels and restaurants. Yeah, Teresa's very skilled in the kitchen. Yeah, the fish looked amazing. So,
you know, when the presentation is already good, that's already a big plus.
Yeah, that's important. You know, if something looks funky, people are already predisposed not to like it if it doesn't look good, you know?
Good afternoon, Tess.
Anybody heard from Francis at all or anything? Saw Francis and Kat Riley's chat, but good morning. I haven't seen much of Francis. Hi, Tess. Let's see if this is Tess approved. Tess is a professional cook. There we go. There's our buttered pecan Cooper Plantation pie there, Tess. We're going to cut up a piece of that as soon as I get my coffee, get a few sips on we're still awake. I woke up at night. You know, you go to bed at 12:30, and I was zonked out being on my feet doing the baking, but it was a lot of fun. And I will be doing the hangout at 5 p.m. today, as usual. I'm going to try to do some work in the workshop today. I've got a real mess on my hands with that Sony. Real problems. Try to get that going. All right. How flaky is that crust? I would say it's pretty darn flaky. Jen, you've had my crust and stuff there.
Yeah.
What do you think?
It's, I would say it's not flaky, it's crumbly.
Yeah, it's more flaky on the bottom and sort of crumbly on the side.
Yeah, it's
all right. Well, are we ready for the big the main event? Let's see. Yes, the full. Yeah, the food's got to look. Lady T said I ran the kitchen back at Radisson Suites Hotel in Farmington Hills. That's awesome. Yep, Graham's workshop time is what I'm waiting for. Okay, Timothy. All right. Yeah, well, it's really a barn burner, Timothy. Graham, I got my hands full with that Sony for sure. Get that over here. So once again, there's the look at the pie, and all the pecans have been butter roasted. We're going to go ahead and get our first piece cut. You got to go all the way through the crust. Very important. All right. There is our first piece right there. You can see how cleanly that that cut. That's exactly what you want on there. So give that to the Missy there.
Thank you.
There you go. And try a piece of that. And let me get my small piece cut because I'm fat. Let's see. You're like, that's the same size as Jen's piece. Really, Rosie? The old shell game, right? Okay, there we go. It's all cut. Yeah, I wish I could send some right over at 100 megabits per second to you guys, but that cut real good. So we'll get the Missy. All right, go ahead, give it a whirl. You're the boss. Give that a shot. There's something very decadent about that pie for breakfast. I have my own orbit. That's it. That's Nicole and I's favorite comment t-shirt. F you. Bottom crust is definitely cooked through.
Yeah, it's not soggy. And you can tell the roasted pecan, the roasted flavor. Delicious.
I'd say it. When you take those pecans and you basically fry them lightly in butter and then sugar them so that you have a caramelization on it, it really amps up the intensity of the pecan. You can taste the pecan.
Oh, yeah.
You're not overwhelmed with the corn syrup and brown sugar. So, agreed?
Absolutely. Really nice touch of roasted pecans. Really
You got to do that to really bring up the intensity of it. Thank you, Tess. You are light years ahead of me, honey.
What I really like is you have the top layer with the nuts being crunchy, and then you have that soft, creamy layer in the middle, and then you have still like another crunchy bottom layer.
And it sets well, so you don't have to worry about. Yeah, sorry about that, Teresa. But yeah, so I know what you're talking about. When you go through, you have the layer with the nuts that come to the top, and of course the nuts do tend to rise up when you bake the top, and then you have that crust on top. Then you bust through. It's like a creme brulee, and then you have the cream down below, and then you have the crust at the bottom.
Right, you go from layer to layer
It
to layer.
gives you a few different textures on that. So you can enjoy this week.
Oh yeah.
Excellent. We had way too much. That Halloween cake I made was way too big.
That was way too big. I couldn't master it. I had like 3 days in a row of that, and it was
Didn't even look like you made it done.
It was like so overwhelming.
Korean food is good. Chinese, Korean.
Super good, yeah. Es gab die Nüsse.
Hey, Marshall. Hey, did you see? Turned out pretty good for all them beta boys, huh? Have a slice of that nice pecan pie. Woo! No, you can. But speaking of that, Marshall, a lot of people will serve this with a little hit of whipped cream on top. But I just think, for me, when it comes to desserts and stuff, you don't want anything to distract from the pecan, right? You don't want to be distracted by a whipped cream. If it's intense, you don't want to me, you don't want to interfere with that. You just want it to be all about the pecans.
Wie ist das Wetter in Österreich?
Yeah, up where Lady T is in Michigan, you got a lot of ethnic places. Yeah, I bake bread. I sure do. I have lots of bread baking on here. All kinds of bread. My favorite is to make baguettes, the Parisian baguettes. Nicole has suffered through a couple dozen of those videos. Good, huh?
Excellent.
Was that like the best pecan pie?
The best of the best.
Yeah. Nicole said those early things were anything but food. Yeah, you got a big Middle Eastern population up there. Yep. That's one cuisine I want to get explored a little more, is the Middle Eastern. Okay, well, we used to have a German place. This next foodie, Marshall, you're really gonna like. I'm not gonna let the cat out of the bag, but let's say it's a cross between East and West along the Mediterranean. We don't really have a German restaurant per se. I mean, back in Baltimore, we had the world famous Hausner's restaurant, which was renowned. They had all the art. I mean, it was featured in National Geographic magazine.
You have a lot of Italian here.
Tons of Italian, you can imagine, because of the wine.
The wine.
You got world-class Italian restaurants. I mean, world-class. Our highest-rated restaurants. You know, we love Bruno's, but we have Cucina Trattore and all these places that we loved.
Yeah.
We're all Italian. I would say of our top 10, it's probably dominated by 6 or 7 Italian restaurants. So we'll see if we can find one, Marshall. It might be as part of down in San Francisco. No, we don't have any German, Swedish bakeries here, Marshall. We tend to be dominated by.
Actually, there is a place. Remember where I went?
Yeah. Yeah, but is that Swedish?
Pastry, that was German. So.
Okay. I didn't know.
There's a bakery in Santa Rosa.
You get spoiled in Chicago, Marshall.
And they have pastries and stuff that I like German.
You have all those world-class Polish bakeries. When I was out there, we went to Kozlowski or whatever the hell it was over there. Yeah, the Polish. Yeah, Korean barbecue. I had that so many times when I lived in, when I worked in Asia, Nicole. We would have the open fire, and then you cook your own, you do your own food. And then China, we had a hot pot where you have a pot of boiling water and you put your own stuff in it and cook it away. Your own shrimp, your own meat. Sounds like a trip on the Listeria Express to me. But I never got sick in Asia, so. Well, Jen, rate it up, huh?
It's a 10 plus.
10 plus, baby. I've had Chinese hot pot so many times and Chinese clay pot. Seafood haishin. Seafood clay pot is amazing. They cook that in the broiler and they bring that out, and it's a little clay pot of goodies from the sea. This is one of the few things that I've done, Jen, that I would think there's nothing I'd really change in this recipe. You know, there's nothing that I would do different.
It's perfect.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those rare things where everything kind of comes together. Just keep an eye on your nuts so you don't burn them. Oh, good. Fiction Fighter says I just bought myself an electric roaster. Awesome. Made pear pie from pears for my family's property. That's cool. I didn't even know they grew pears down there in Little Rock.
Don't burn your nuts. That's funny.
Don't burn your nuts. Yeah, Nicole, if you think Sichuan food is, and I've been all over Sichuan province, Chongqing, Chengdu, try Hunan. Hunan's the difference between a jalapeno and a ghost pepper. Oh, okay, you had a bunch of pear trees. Yeah, Teresa Cooks for You. She has a very good video on making a Thanksgiving turkey. Now, I never liked Peking duck's okay if you have it in Asia, but I've never liked the U.S. rendition of that.
That was a full-blown 10.
That turned out good.
Pressed fried Chinese duck.
Marshall, everybody's bothering me if you're going to Vegas or not. No, I know. Let's see, maybe I'll make a video about it. Do it. I enjoy following Nicole on Instagram. She puts up some tremendous looking dishes on there. I don't even FU her on Instagram. I save that for Facebook. That's my brat. That is my brat right there. No, I haven't heard about a Florida RTR. I don't know, but if there's one in Florida, I hope it's when Jen and I are going to be down there. This matters and shit. I love an RTR. I don't know if we're going to make the one in Arizona or not. Rosie O'Kelly meets Bob Wells. Can you unplug my floor? I don't know. When is it being held? When is it being held, Marshall? You're welcome to come on if you want to tell people about it this evening. If you want, I haven't heard about it. Well, it's too early, January 1. Wow, there's no way we're going to be on the road January 1st.
No.
Too early. If it was like towards the end of January, it'd be okay. But I've got to get stuff set up. Even though I'm retiring, I'm still a contract 1099 employee. I've got to get stuff set up for 2018. So yeah, it's too early in January, in my opinion. But
I got medication coming on the 2nd or 3rd.
Yeah, we got to see
Did
about
I
getting Jen
order-
a double fill of, which
order-
they will do if you're going to travel. They'll double your supply and stuff.
And
So.
I got some paperwork for the insurance that comes every time in the beginning of the year.
Yeah, so we'll probably make the 2nd anniversary. Anyway, I think it's, let's see, Jen, how do you feel after infusion for the 2nd time? She's looking a lot better this time.
It went a lot better than the first time. And I've been sleeping a lot, 14 hours every night for the last 3 nights now.
We'll actually be in Florida, I think, in early February, I believe.
But it went a lot better this time.
We're gonna try to spend a month in we're gonna hightail it to Florida and then try to spend about 3 weeks down there in Florida or so. I'll be looking specifically to find if there's any place to buy, looking around where Drury's Park is there, which is a really nice park for park models and stuff like that. So we'll see.
So how you been doing? So you got a bad day today? I'm actually sad to hear that you're having a bad day. I hope I hope your day's gonna improve, Teresa.
Yeah, we miss you on the Hangout too. We'd love to see you on the Hangout.
And thank you, Nicole.
Anybody have any last things? I'm gonna try to actually. It's one of those rare Saturdays. We kind of had scooting raindrops and stuff, so there's really nothing to do outside. So I'm going to try to get into the workshop and do some work today because I've got this Sony 1969 Sony vintage stereo that's bothering the hell out of me. So
Fiction Friday says my sugars went up after watching you guys eat.
well, we didn't have a super big. I mean, that was breakfast for us. That was it. One.
Right, we won't be eating.
I won't be eating again till 4 before I'm getting ready, an hour before the hangout. But I will be drinking my ass off tonight. Okay. Ooh. All right, guys. Missy Jen and I want to thank both of you for being along this morning and enjoying our pecan pie. A lot of you were also on the hangout last night. I want to thank you for that too. It's a lot of fun. Baking is one of those things that if you really enjoy something, you can keep doing it year in, year out, year out. It's like videography, cinematography, and baking and electronics, metal detecting, guns. You guys know the drill. All right, we love you guys. Thanks so much for being along, and have a wonderful Saturday. Put your dress down below. Pecan pie will be
love each and every one of you.
Way. You too, Keith. Take care. See y'all at 5 o'clock on the West Coast, 8 o'clock on the East Coast. Pacific Daylight Savings Time. Okay. Thank you, everyone.
Bye.